Hi Libra, it's Jenny here with your September Tarot Horoscope. So as always, we're just pulling a single card for the month of September, see what's coming up for you. A few of you are going to have some birthdays, so happy early birthday to you. So the first 2/3 of the month is Virgo season, and then we have the September equinox, and then with that we'll be rolling into Libra season. So we're just going to keep shuffling until something comes up. So this equinox, of course, there, got one. I'm not going to talk about equinox right now. Let's see. What card do we have for you, Libra? We have the Strength card for you. Okay, so this is the way it looks. We have this woman here. She's kind of dressed in some nice robes here. And in front of her, there's this creature. Kind of looks just kind of blue beast thing. Got a bunch of flowers in this big kind of dark haze around. And that's what we have for the Strength card. Let's see. The Strength card is a major arcana card. And let's see. Okay, Strength, the art of loving. This card is all about dealing deliberately with your vital energy and lust of life, the love of all creation. The flowers on the card may be the flowers of love, but could also be Baudelaire's flowers of evil. Dali's signature integrates the swastika, an ancient Indo-Aryan symbol of the sun and of life. The beastly creature on the left resembles a toad at first sight, but under closer scrutiny, the body of a lion becomes apparent, along with the teeth of a combat dog. These are all that kind of animal that longs to be released from a curse, like the bewitched prince of many fairy tales. The key to discovering your own strength is a loving and determined handling of your id, libido, instinct, energy. The woman and the animal together evoke the archetypical story of Beauty and the Beast. If the beast is released from its curse, Beauty gains her freedom too. This card is not just about strength, power, and lust, but also stands for the cultivation of your personality, which will enable you to minimize harmful influences on your life, and which allows your own creative forces to blossom. If you succeed, you will be able to grow beyond the limitations of your ego, and you will learn where you have to draw the line. Practical advice. Beware of useless ideals and of violence in the name of love. Give your lust for life another chance. Living fully means always being totally in the present. This is the card of the high points and peak experiences in sexuality as well as in all other aspects of life. Okay, the Strength card. So, this card is always very interesting because it really does have this Beauty and the Beast sort of feeling to it, but really, like, where is the strength in that story? Is the strength in being a very big, strong, loud sort of person? Is strength in this part of this courage of being able to withstand without cursing, like be in the presence of and see what is in the root of what looks like the beast and be present and be able to love it as well. So this idea of the strength being about the art of loving, and that it requires a lot of strength to love literally any other person and to love ourselves. There's a lot. We are very, very complex beings, and in order to love something, you have to be able to put yourself just not always just on the pedestal. You have to be able to truly see and understand something. Otherwise, you're just loving the idea of something. So it requires a strength and a courage to get to know something in order to love it. So this is this idea of, so this Beauty and the Beast story, of course, is they're two separate beings, but the kind of archetypical imagery in that story is actually kind of contained within yourself, is your kind of maybe civilized or rational or harmonious sides of yourself as being this kind of beauty, this young woman, and then the primal, the angry, the violent, the other parts of ourselves, or this idea of like the id and a libido or sexual energy or violent kind of parts of us that is this beast. And that both of these things are a core part of us. And you can't just, you can, but it's not a very integrated way, is just to live with one or the other. So to either give in to all of these kind of, like, I'm not going to say dark, but the primal instincts that are usually quite selfish in nature, that are about that kind of that lust or that survival instinct, or the anger, the protector, those warrior, those things that kick up, and that a lot of the time we, in a lot of our kind of very civilized kind of sense of culture, is we can really malign that part of us as well and really, really shame it, and then we hyper fixate on being the beauty qualities, where we're all about culture. We never get angry. We never like have to fight for things. We're all just this kind of soft and demure sort of feeling that we've actually defanged, though. That we take this beautiful woman or this sort of sense of civility and we take away its fangs. We don't let it feel anything. And both of those are a perversion. They need to have this union of to be a healthy entity. So this connection, this idea of strength is this union. Strength is not being afraid of having both a beast inside of you and also being a softer creature. And both of those kind of want to have this kind of marriage together in order to be this full ego, to have this full sense of self. And then you are able to kind of move forward through in your life fully integrated, not afraid of ambition and strength and anger, and not sort of having to just focus on culture and refinement, but that these things are all going to work together. So, and once you're able, it's kind of chicken or the egg. Like some people find it easier to focus in on themselves and those elements and come into union with their own kind of animal side and learn to love that connection, and then they're better able to respond to others and not be turned off or afraid of their aggression, or to see the whole in the other. Other people are very afraid of the beast in themselves, or very feel unsafe with the refined beauty and need to be all claw and fang. And so the way for them to have the strength of the art of loving for themselves is actually to see it in other people, to look outside and say, oh, okay, I respect this person, or oh, I've seen how they've integrated that, or oh, this and that. And then because they are able to love another, they are then able to reflect it into themselves. So there's no right way to do it. Everybody's kind of got an easier entrance. Is self-love easier and empathy harder? And so you work through the self and then you can see yourself reflected in the other? Or is self-love really tricky and you're kind of easier doing things for other people? And so that's your entry. It doesn't really matter which one you do. This is a really great season for it, because we're coming into this equinox season where we're all about balance and harmony. So we're trying to bring these parts of ourselves in balance and harmony and connection. And balance does not mean a flat line. It doesn't mean 50-50 all the time. It doesn't mean nothing's moving. It just means in the sum total of our lives that there is a harmony and a balance, that the peaks and the lows even out. It doesn't mean like overall instead of a flat line. So it's okay that it doesn't mean that what you're trying to do is smash the two together so that you're always this both heightened but temperate person at all times. It means you will have times of softness and you will have times of aggression, and that it is correct to manage those and do no harm and to find what is the healthy expression, but that you are still an integrated part. If you have those peaks and those lows, that is balance, as long as overall in the whole that it comes into balance there. So Virgo season is what we're going to be up until equinox, and Virgo season is going to be a good time to really land into our body sensation. Virgo is an earth sign and is very kind of focusing on health. So tapping into the body, tapping into the health. And it's a great way to sort of like, if you can feel where your body feels certain emotions, if when you're angry or if you're really kind of horny, like where in your body do you feel the animal come out? And then you can say, oh, okay, interesting, be in that body. And then where in your body do you feel joy? Do you feel refinement? Do you feel peace? What does clarity feel like? Where does the beauty aspect in your body land? And you can kind of play with just acquainting these parts of yourself by acquainting where they feel in the body and how they share space and how they fight with each other. So it's not just this theoretical thing of like, where is my beauty? What does my beast look like? It's like, where is it in your body? So Virgo season is a great time up until equinox to be really just being in the self, and maybe like taking a bit of time away from other sorts of things in order to pay attention to yourself. Try not to be too reactive, because of course a lot of the time these parts of you come out in relation to other people. If somebody pisses you off, if somebody delights you, then you can try to say, okay, where do I really feel that, with this kind of subtext going on of trying to understand and get to know the beauty and beast inside you. Then we have equinox, and that's where we're really going to be trying to feel this harmony, this balance. And then with Libra season, you guys get some birthdays here, but Libra season is about this union and partnership. And it can be a partnership with other people. This may be a time where it's then easier for you to connect with others, or if, as I said, it's easier for you to care for yourself because you understand and love another person. If you want to set up that mirror relationship by being close with another, great season to do that. But it may also be this kind of time for this symbolic kind of wedding or union between the beauty and the beast of yourself, where you are now kind of wanting to be in relationship, and hopefully they're both sovereign. Hopefully they both have kind of equal play, and you've done a bit of work to not just have one be the dominant that squelches the other. So that's sort of what I'm feeling for you this season. It's going to be a really interesting time for you coming into your birthdays to be trying to kind of rebirth this balance of relationship for you. And again, balance doesn't mean 50-50. Doesn't mean you are half the time this beauty and refined cultured person and half the time this beastly aggressive sort of thing. No, it's not that. It's going to, again, it's the right time at the right measure. It's to be in your aggressive animal when it is relevant. It is to be in your cultured, refined, rational when it is relevant. And that is what balance is the justice and the right thing at the right time. So yeah, I feel like I'm not going to beat the dead horse on that one, Libra. So the only kind of suggestion I'll give for you is try not to rush to harmony. Sometimes it can be, for you Libra in particular, being so sensitive to disharmony or aggression or disagreement that it can be really easy just to want to rush to the resolution. So really try to have a little bit of resilience in the tension for a bit so that the resolution will actually be genuine and longer lasting, and so that your harmony is real and not just like forcing everybody to play nice, including yourself, forcing all the parts of you to play nice just so things calm down. So really, really try to feel comfortable and grounded in that time of tension so that when you get to harmony, it'll kind of be real. So if you want any extra support, especially up until equinox, my Virgo season workshop is available already. There's lots of information on the current planetary transits that are happening. There's a lot of retrogrades happening as well, including there's going to be a Mercury retrograde in Libra. So do check that out. It's going to really help you kind of get a sense for the other sort of energies that are at play. And then, of course, towards the end of the month, I will have the Libra season workshop up as well on my YouTube channel. So go and check that out. Happy birthday, early birthday again to some of you. And I'll take care. See you next month.